Hi there, welcome to Nighttime Line Talks. Today we have a lot of issues, uh, pro and against the reopening of business. Congressman Rand Paul or Senator Rand Paul says that the government can print a lot of money because, they approve two more rounds of money, trillions of dollars to help small business, medium-sized business, every business. In Missouri, the state government is suing the Chinese government. They are claiming a lot of problems. And it's not only for the pandemic. Remember, farmers in Missouri lost money when China stopped the importation of meat and soybeans and whatever, and everybody understands that there is a payroll protection for every single worker. In fact, I am one of those. I have a full-time job. But people who likes to come back and work is mostly medium-sized business. Restaurant owners, haircut places, even the tattoo places. They like to back on business. And shake shack process is something that I'm not going to waste your time because there are more demands to resolve the money issues. Remember, President Trump says a very valid point. The first thing is to save lives. Money, it can be resolved for many ways. But first, let's go to save lives. And he's right. I really support that idea, that concept. And for example, he met with Governor Andrew CUOMO. Governor Andrew CUOMO says that they put apart politics and they really talk about the problems. And they say and agree, CUOMO and President Trump, that the priority is work for New Yorkers. Remember, Donald Trump is from New York. Andrew CUOMO is the governor of New York. Donald Trump is the president of the United States, and he says he's going to help any state that requires the White House sponsorship to fight this pandemic. And Andrew CUOMO brought an interview to the press after this meeting, and he says that everybody is suffering of the cabin fever. Cabin fever is, that effect after a stay many days together in home, especially on the states where it snows a lot. People spend 5-6 weeks indoors, and everybody is feeling desperate to go out, have a haircut, visit friends, drink a cup of coffee, many things. Well, Andrew CUOMO says that he is not the exception. He is the governor of New York, but he also is suffering that. His daughters are tired of his jokes, he says, and also he mentioned that his daughters are also missing dating the boyfriends. And well, everybody is tired of the movie suggestions. Even he put under a brief selection for the family to decide which one movie do they like best. But I believe that all these briefs and declarations and situations, family situations to make the pandemic look less hazardous, family-wise, is because everybody is talking about that Andrew CUOMO likes to be candidate for the President of the United States. You know, my editorial partner, Plácido Garza, make on the radio Spanish show that many experts on the Wall Street Journal made that Joe Sleepy Biden is going to take all the heat of the short campaign coming on. But many Democrats, like Andrew Cuomo, like the right candidate. Now, Joe Biden is thinking about a lady on his formula partner for vice president. Everybody is mentioning or questioning if it's going to be Hillary Clinton. Nobody mentioned that. There is a possibility that Stacey Abrams, the nice lady who was candidate for governor in Georgia, she's a middle class lady. She reads a lot. She has preparation, but she is not well prepared for the national and international political scenario. So even Mike Bloomberg pays for her campaign for governor in Georgia. Stacey Abrams is not enough qualified by the experts, not for me. I really like that nice lady. She is very well prepared. She's a good speaker. She wrote a book that I really enjoyed, but she is not ready to run as a vice president. So there is a video blog that is held by Joe Biden, and guess who? One of his worst enemies on the Democrat debates. Guess who? Amy Korbachev. Amy Korbachev is talking with Joe Biden in a video blog, and people consider it as a possibility. There is another rumor, Michelle Obama, because the Obamas have a lot of marketing behind them, and that can help a lot to Joe Biden, because Joe Biden, after his son's corruption problems on Ukraine gas companies, Joe Biden is not the perfect candidate to represent the values of the Democratic Party. Honestly, I'm not with Democrats, with Republicans, with Tea Parties, but Joe Biden, there is more qualified people on the Democratic lines, but nobody likes to burn their hands at this point. But the situation is that many people say that if Michelle Obama run as a formula partner with Joe Biden, well, as soon they start to talk about that, the Democratic Party put more money for Joe Biden candidacy. So something interesting is coming on. But let me tell you something that is scaring people, and is parallel to the election times. We have elections or election day on November, this November 2020, presidential election to renew Congress and both cameras. So many of the points of view, or I don't know why it is happening, that some experts are advising that the coronavirus-19 is going to get worse at the comeback on fall. Yeah, when the leaves of the trees start to fall, that means the coming back of the coronavirus-19. I'm not sure. We must wait for the experts. But talking about experts, Anthony Fauci, the well-known and recognized epidemiologist and infectologist that advised the White House, has a video chat on one of the social networks with a kid who asked what was the best way to a kid stay safe against the coronavirus. Anthony Fushi says, well, stay under your pillow and sleep well, and that is going to be a very safe place for you. Well, the video becomes viral, and I highly recommend it to you. Search for it and have a good time. So there are many things coming on, trillions of dollars, but President Trump, I believe he has a plan. If you put the timeline facts, you can see how President Trump is preparing the money to make business and rescue business and support payrolls in America. Parallel to it, he's stopping the immigration. And he's telling Americans a big argument telling that when everybody back to work, American citizens deserve the jobs before undocumented people. And he is advising that. So, sounds like a strategy to keep America working. Roles hard because he recognized that there. I believe that there is one soldier for every immigrant. Remember the caravans from Central America? They are 29,000 located in every Mexican-American border. So it doesn't make sense if we put 29,000 soldiers along 2,800 kilometers of border is one soldier every 1 kilometer to maintain the border safe in both sides is what he says. I'm not sure. But United States is a country that survived wars, that survived many situations, catastrophic in the economic field, in the social, in many fields, and always came back winning. And it's what Americans are expecting for. If you see, many people is waiting to see the final result of seeing how President Trump with his team resolve this pandemic problem. And I really appreciate President Trump is appearing on TV 2 or 3 times a day, advising Americans with his team of experts because the Federal Reserve has a part of it. Food and Drug Administration has another part of it with the test kits to detect the coronavirus. But many people is advising that not all the test kits are reliable or giving confident results. So is why many companies are in standby to do that. The other point of view that really caught my attention is the president of North Korea, Kim Jong-un. He missed 2 weeks on the public appearance, and he missed the most important celebration in North Korea, that is his grandfather's birthday, April 15th. He wasn't there. The rumors are, according to CNN, very informal opinions from underground informants, is that Kim Jong-un lost a cardiovascular treatment and he have complications. There are rumors that he is in very bad condition, but nobody has the truth. Remember, in North Korea, it's a sin talk bad about this leader and his father and his grandfather, even they already passed away, is a conflict. So everybody's waiting, but guess what? President Trump offered his support. He says, well, he's the first leader of North Korea that really likes to find a solution on the conflicts of the agenda. Remember, they are putting a lot of missiles to test new bombs and etc. Well, President Trump says that he's confident this situation is going to be fixed. And he likes to find that this president of North Korea recovers and back to business, because President Trump is with a pending agenda with him to resolve several issues they have pending. Remember that meeting on the border of North and South Korea that President Trump crossed the border line, they shake hands, they take few pictures, and they promise keep going? Well, that was the last meeting they have together. But there are more situations coming on. So let's go to be patient and stay more optimistic, because the agenda President Trump is carrying is not the same agenda President Obama had. With all my respect to President Obama, President Trump is carrying a lot of heat, is carrying more problems than his predecessor. So coronavirus, as President Trump says, and many of his team agrees, is an invisible enemy and is hard to detect and fight. Then the economy is easy to locate the situations, discrepancy, problems, credits, whatever. And he says he's going to fix all that situations. And look how President Trump is fixing the timeline I was talking about a minute ago. He declares more control on the immigration. On the background of the White House, somebody delivers a report detailing to President Trump how many trillions of dollars represent to pay Medicaid, food stamps, and many benefits to immigrants and their families. So here is the solution. He doesn't say. At the time he cut undocumented immigration, very sad, I am immigrant. Thanks to Lord, I have my documents, but it hurts, because cutting the illegal immigration, that I believe is almost impossible, because the high cost of the underpaid illegal immigration is the cost American government pays in rent help, in food stamps, in medical services for kids, medical services for elders. And if we make a list, we will not finish to the rest of this broadcast. But the easy point is that President Trump is counting all those cuts. And all those cuts from immigrants is the money is going to help him on the recovery. So Democrats are supporting the idea of request more money. As I told you at the beginning of this show, Rand Paul complained that the solution is not print, 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 and print more money. And everybody understands that. But we have to be on the background scenario where President Trump is counting with those costs to immigrants, with those unnecessary expenses, because something that is hazardous, because we are not sure about how helpful is to cut immigration, because immigration also helps a lot to save the economy. Why? Because immigrants work for a very low fares. Immigrants don't demand benefits. Immigrants, even they are not documented, they have tax ID and they pay taxes. Yes, they pay taxes. So it's impossible to accept and say, no, immigrants are a problem for the government. No, they are not a problem, honestly, President Trump. The people who really works in America, the undocumented people that really works in America, is people who is oriented to have one or two jobs, send the money from one job to their family in Latin America, and keep the money of the other job to pay their rent, their bills, their food, etc. So I really ask to have some mercy before you apply those rules. Analyze every single plan. Don't put labels to every immigrant on their front head, because not every immigrant is the same. Not every Mexican is the same. Not every Central American is the same. Not every Peruvian, Colombian, Cubans are the same. They are small exemptions that gives trouble, like the Mara Salvatrucha 13 or wherever. Well, fight those gangs, fight those drug dealers, fight that troublemakers. But as I always say, the roofers that are building a house, let them work. They make homes affordable. They make farm products affordable. I told you in many shows the difference on the cost of every farm product that is processed by immigrants against the products processed by other people. And it's a huge difference. So please really understand the situation, really understand that there is a lot of test kits for everyone in America, and a lot of companies are just waiting for the approval from the FDA administration. And even with the technology, every test is going to be processed by a database. Well, they are already hacked. And approaching these situations, many hackers are trying to take control. Many hackers are trying to hack even hospitals' accounts. Why? Because they can obtain social security numbers from patients and steal their credit line. Be careful. Be careful. So there are many things to say. The day is plenty of news and plenty of facts. But what we have to do still is wait for the instructions state by state, because the intensity of infections is different from every state in America. The intensity on the solutions is also different in every state in America. So let's go to wait, because it's the essential business. The ones are allowed to come back on business. Haircut places, some restaurants now limiting the distance between each table, between each person. And even the meals are going to be served in disposable cups and cover. Is a plastic cover that they put. I'm not sure if the plate has the cover, like to go meals, or they are defining. But the idea is keep as most safe they can. Today, I ate Chinese food from a restaurant that we use since 15 years ago. My son loves that restaurant, and he spoke with the owner, and he says that business are getting worse for them. Business are very bad, but they are selling. I don't understand why they complain, and they accept bitcoins. The strongest business of China. I don't understand. Every point of view is different. Every situation is different. Gas prices are low. International prices of oil are coming back on track from the negative numbers. And even the rumors, the dollar is coming back very strong to the scenario. And let me tell you why. As well, American authorities have a strategic reserve of oil for 50 years in a case of war. Also, the economy of the United States is well planned for a long time. Even the country shakes, even the business closed, even there are a lot of trouble. If government prepare loans for everyone, remember, United States always has a worst case scenario, always have insurance for contingencies, always have foreign policies. And I am sure President Trump, if he doesn't have the real strategy, well, this is a man of business that raised on the street as he recognized. He is risking his political capital. And he must solve this post-pandemic problem. And people on the elections are going to support President Trump because the American mentality is let him complete the job. Don't cut the job. Joe Biden don't have solutions. Joe Biden don't have a strategy. Joe Biden has no plan to restore America. Joe Biden is a good friend of the Chinese, and he sent money to Iran for help them, like Obama did, with their nuclear plans. So there is not a clear scenario for next election. I believe that for this time, the Republican platform is better than the non-existing solutions from Joe Biden. Joe Biden talks about topics, but he doesn't have a solid platform of solutions yet on the table. That is, the Americans likes to see before they go to vote. Probably they are going to prepare something in a rush, like the homework projects for college, that you don't sleep for 3 days and you prepare your final project. No, that is not like a college project. That is a situation that the solution represents the good way for the entire country. And why not to the humanity? Because the influence of the United States actions are beyond the borders. And Americans know that. United States is a country of the trademarks. Many companies in the United States are present selling and doing business in more than 60 countries all over the world. Airplanes, computer science, pharmaceuticals. Well, pharmaceuticals is more a French and German business, but also pharmaceuticals in America are strong, as Johnson and Johnson, that is doing a lot well, and many business. But let's go to wait, optimistic, to see what President Trump is offering. He doesn't like to talk about politics. Right now, he likes to solve this pandemic, but I am sure he has already something for this political campaign as soon the pandemic is declared over. Thank you so much for your attention. I talk to you tomorrow. Have a blessed day. Lord bless America and Lord bless the world. Thank you.